There's folklore stories of you that go around comedy. $25,000.
I take my head off.
I got two folklore stories. I'll tell you.
What's the first folklore?
The first one's 25. Dane Cook paid $25,000 for his first website.
$35,000. I had $40,000 to my name.
Really?
100% honest. Barry tried to talk me out of it. He said, "Why do you need this, buddy? What is this?" My first manager. I said, "This is it. This is the wave of the future, man." I knew. I was a big geek. I was into tech, and I knew with the video game stuff. So what did I do? I parlayed that into not only the DaneCook.com website, but MySpace and Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster, any place that people were being communicative and collaborative online. I spent all day, every day, for years and years, writing everybody back, posting links.
Napster
was
the thing that really fucking gave you a huge bump, because when I went on there for the first time, by the way, I went on probably 2001 is the first time I ever even heard of Napster. And it was only because of you. I went on, I didn't understand how to get the music off onto my listening devices. And I was having to chat with people to figure out, like, I had to figure out how to chat with people, then figure out how to, you and Mitch Hedberg own Napster.
Well, Mitch was another guy that stuff was, anytime I would upload, I'd see his stuff. And I felt like the web stuff, it was interesting because Rogan actually was the other guy that had a great website. Joe had one of the early websites. And people always say, oh, Joe was in many ways I think he was so busy with his career at that point. Yeah. He had like TV stuff going on that I don't know if he put the same amount of time I was, because I was like a cottage industry writing thousands of people every week. But I used to always look at Joe's and say, this is another guy who gets it, you know, and obviously Joe gets it. He's one of the most entrepreneurial comedians and, you know, moguls of his.
Both you guys are literally lighthouses, like just guys doing it their own way, doing it before everyone else, and following shit that, the cool thing is you guys look at things as consumers. So like Joe, I believe Joe looks at his podcast as a fan of shit that interests him.
Right.
Fuck everything else. What would I like? I want this shit. And then people gravitate towards it.
Sure.
You are someone who went, how would I find comedy? How would I, like, you looked at your business as a person buying a ticket. Right. How would I find my favorite comic? And I
looked at it as politics. If I wanted to become elected, you know, comedian of the year, I was going to try to shake as many hands as possible, because I didn't know how long the ride would even last. I was like, I got to get as much buzz out there now so I can pay my rent for the rest of my life, because I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want a huge career like the Robin Williams of the world and Eddie Murphys, but there's a few people like that who get to have that opportunity. So for me, it was like, let's just try to parlay this into any kind of, you know, shortgevity, let alone longevity, you know? So